everybody needs a little extra pizzazz in their presentations, in their social media, your videos, whatever. I'm going to show you a really easy way to get free, there's a paid option, but free animations for all of your things and be able to use it in Canva. A perfect combination. Let's get started, shall we? Hello and welcome. So if you've been here before, we love us some Canva around here. And there's so many things that you can do in it. And part of the power of Canva is the fact that not only do you have access to everything that it offers, but it lets you connect to a lot of your favorite tools. One of the tools that I absolutely love for those extra little punches of something is Lottie files. So we're going to talk about what that is, but in a nutshell, Lottie files are little animation files, and I mean little in like the size of the file. As far as the power that they have, the punch, the pizzazz that they bring, it's massive. And the nice thing is there's a ton of free ones, and then there's also paid versions, like you can pay for higher level ones, and you can hire people to create some for you. You can even create your own, and you can take ones that exist and customize them for your own purposes. So to me, this is such a powerful marriage of functionality between what Canva gives us and what Lottie Files gives us. It's magic. So we're going to go ahead and walk through all that. Are you excited? I'm excited. Can you tell? I know you can tell. Alrighty, so let's get started at the beginning as we always do. So for anybody who maybe is new to all of this, let me show you. So Canva is a free graphic tool which also has paid versions. So, depending on what you need, you've got all the options here, but you will be amazed at how much you can do for free in here. So it's canva.com, as always, the links are in the description, but you can come in here and you can set yourself up with an account, and you can start playing around, and you can always upgrade to a paid account later if you need to, and then downgrade and still keep using it. It's super powerful, but it has AI, you can work alone or with your teammates or freelancers or whoever you like to work with. And this is the best part of Canva is the templates. It has an amazing selection of templates that you can then customize and make your own, but it is so much more efficient and less intimidating than facing that blank screen, that blank piece of paper. You don't have to worry about that because they've got you covered. You don't have to worry about the size that you need for different things. You tell it where you're going to be posting this to, and it will go ahead and it will show you the right size options for it. Like I said, you can share it, you can work on a team, you can work on your own. In the browser, you can do it on mobile, and there are desktop apps, Windows and Apple's are covered. You can use it for your business, you can use it for school, you can use it in the classroom, you can create and edit videos, simple, but you can do it. You can create printed materials from it, so it's an amazingly powerful tool. But this is the thing that most people maybe don't know about, and that is Lottie Files. And we'll get into it more, but just real quick, so it's lottiefiles.com, again the links are in the description. It is its own format, and that's what makes it special, right? So, where a GIF could probably be, an image would be around, 321K on this one. You can get it down to 52 or even 6. So a very small file, which is super important when you're trying to give people your content as quickly as possible, as cleanly as possible. But the other benefit to this is that it is scalable. So, like, if you tried to scale a GIF, it would get jagged, right? If you went big. You can usually go smaller, but going big gets jagged really fast. With the Lottie files, you can go bigger or smaller, and it will scale and adjust and stay just as smooth and beautiful as it was when you started. There's a wide variety. You can do just like little accent pieces, or you can do like little scenes. You can put pieces together to create all new scenes out of it. It has an editing tool, so if you do want to modify something or create your own, you can do that. If you really get into it, you can go ahead and post them here and share them and sell them and all that kind of good stuff. So there's the creator tool. It also plugs in with a lot of different tools, so lots of choices, right? Web, iOS, Android, and the also obviously. Let's see. So this is the other thing, right? So if you find something that you like, and this is one of the things that's a bit of a challenge a lot of times in Canva, is sometimes you'll find an animation you like, but it doesn't fit into the but you wanted to use a different color palette, you can go in and you can change it. And you can change all of it or pieces of it, depending on what it is that you need. It integrates with a ton of things. It's used by a lot of the people that you know out there. So, again, this is just the high level. We're going to get into more detail, but I just wanted to kind of give you the overall. So this is the kind of thing where maybe you really like what you've got, right? But you just want to do a little extra. You want to do something extra to keep people awake if it's a presentation, or if it's a social media, or you're on the web someplace, you want to do sort of that scroll stop, right? So you want somebody to be curious enough when they see your thing to go, wait, what was that? Or for their brain to say, hey, something happened there, I want to focus on this one. And that's where these kinds of tools are just amazing. Because you can find what you want, and then manipulate it and adjust it the way that you need to for you. Alright. And the reason animations work is because they grab attention, right? They also engage your viewer, your audience, on many levels, right? Because it's that little burst of happy in everybody's brain. So it gets their attention, it makes things stand out. And very often also it helps with engagement, because if you provide something out there that somebody likes, that, brightens their day a little or hits them as being, innovative or interesting or whatever, they're more likely to share it. And that's priceless, right? That's what we're all going for here. We want people to want to interact with our stuff, but it's even better if they want to share it, because then we're hitting it. Then we're hitting the mark on what we're doing. So it's really, really handy. And this is, like I said, this is for presentations, this is social media posts, this is your websites, banners. You could bring it into videos, all that kind of good stuff. And like I mentioned before, Lottie files are a specific type of file, because it's the name of the company also on the website. But these are super lightweight. I'm not going to geek out too much, but these are super lightweight, and for my fellow geeks, JSON-based animations. So they are versatile. They're very web and mobile friendly. So we're talking, websites, but also web applications, mobile applications, all that kind of good stuff. So they're just a nice way to add a little extra expression to what you're putting out there without bogging things down, making it heavy and slow to load and all that kind of good stuff. They're a huge win. They really are. And you know what? Just to kind of help make the point, right? Show, don't tell. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to show you real quick the kinds of things that you can find here. So let's go back to the top here. So this is an example of the type of thing here, right? So you see this little bit of action here, which would definitely get your eyes going. But we've got to go and search animation. So let's look for happy animations, because this will get the point across, right? So right there, here we go. Right, we've got a little present, we got a little celebration thing here, we got a happy little bird. Don't worry about these numbers on here. I forgot to turn off my plugins tonight. That's a tool I use when I'm consuming a lot of video, because I usually watch my videos at 2x speed. You see there's a wide variety here. They've got different personalities. Like, this great for the holidays. This might be better for a corporate type thing. My fellow geeks. Here. Hey, happy little corgi. Who doesn't love a happy little corgi? Matter of fact, let's use the happy little corgi just as a quick example, right? So let's say, okay, if you're around here, we love dogs. So here we go, right? We've got our happy little corgi. And you can come in here and you can customize things, right? So you can add a background color if you want. So let's say we wanted a background color, or if you decided, no, I don't want a background color, you make that go away. You can edit the animation in their tools if you want, or you can download and edit them on your own if the tools that you have are Lottie compatible. But even if you don't want to go there, right? So here are the colors. But let's say you wanted it to match your color palette, right? Or you just wanted something a little bit different. So you can try all these different combinations to see what you like, what works for you. And if you want to go back to the original, you can. And like I said, we can get into a lot of detail here, but you can actually go in, like if you wanted to just change the color of the bandana, you could do that. We won't do that right this second. You can, see how it would look on mobile. It gives you a little QR code. So you could go ahead and scan it and see how it would look on a mobile device for you. You see all the little tags that are on here. So lots to work with, lots to do. You can save it to your workspace, which is on Lottie. So when you create an account, you get a workspace there so you can save it if you want to, you tend to go through and you pick like a dozen or so of them as you're just kind of sifting through, and then you go back to the workspace and you decide which one you want to use. You can also choose how you want to use it, right? So you saw at the top, there is the download option, right? And so you can come here and, you can save it or you can download it. You can add it to a collection that you have. You can just tell this person that, hey, you really, really like this. I'm not logged in yet, so I can't do these things. We'll get to all that. But you can also come down here and say, okay, well, I need this so that I can embed it as HTML, or, so if you have specific needs, you can do it here. And then, of course, there's all the integrations. So hopefully that just gives you that real quick taste of the types of things. It can be a little bit of a rabbit hole. I'll tell you, it's like fonts, right? You go in there and you start to just fall in love with all the different combinations. But it's worth it because of what you're going to get out of it. Okay, so this is part of why this is such a cool tool, and the fact that it's integrated in Canva is awesome, but we're going to focus on Lottie files for just a few more minutes here because it's the easy integration, right? You don't have to use it in Canva. I'm just really psyched that now you can use it in Canva really easily because it's a native connection between the two of them. There were always ways that you could download it and import it, but now they've made it really easy in Canva. Like I mentioned earlier, because it is lightweight, is a small file, you don't have to worry about using it because it's not going to bog down whatever content you're putting out there. But also because it is a specialized file format, you can scale it up, you can scale it down, and it's going to look just as perfect as it did when you picked it. And you've got these customization features, right? So not only can you change the color, but you can make it loop, you can make it not loop, you can remove pieces from it, you can add pieces to it. So once you decide what you like, you can make it work exactly how you need it to work. And it's really easy. You don't need to understand the fact that it's a JSON file and all that kind of stuff. The editing part of it is super straightforward. Let's see. So again, because it's small, it's fast, it's smooth, it's going to work across all the devices, so you don't have to worry about, having a different file. That happens a lot with a lot of animation and video files. You need to have a different different file size, maybe a different crop on things, depending on which device or which platform you're going to. You don't have to worry about that with this stuff. You just put it out there and it's just going to work. There's so few things in life that I can say that about, but I can say it about this. It's just gonna work, which is lovely. All right, so let's talk real quick about some ways to use it. I kind of touched on it a little bit, but for presentations, this is gold for presentations because we've all sat through presentations, we've all had to give presentations, and anything that you can do to kind of keep people's attention, also to control their attention, right? So if you want them to really pay attention to some part of a chart or whatever that you're showing them, you can add a little burst or a little confetti to that part of the presentation when you get there, and that will immediately get everybody's attention focused exactly where you want it to be. And then while you're talking, you'll be making all those connections. So it's super win. Social media, slam dunk, right? Obviously for social media, this is the kind of thing that will stop people from scrolling by your stuff because, hey, look, something's going on here. That's why video shorts and all that works so well, because if there's something going on in that first second or two, the odds are that they're going to stick around long enough to get your message. And it's exactly the same thing with this kind of thing. And it doesn't have to be a short, right? It could just be a social media post that can handle animation. So like Instagram, all those kinds of things, you can use this for. You can use it on TikToks, Reels, all of those things. You can go ahead and do it. So basically, if it's something that can either handle being used as an animated GIF or in one of the video formats, you're good to go. You can just go nuts selectively, right? You don't want to load up your stuff with 1,000 of these things because then your message gets lost. Selectively, like it's a seasoning, right? It's a little bit of seasoning on your stuff. Adds that extra perk to everything. Websites, blog posts, online advertisements, banners, and then of course in your videos as well. You can use this kind of stuff. So lots and lots of options. But before we go too much farther, for those of you who are new here, welcome. Happy to have you here. If you don't know me, my name is Kathleen. I am here as your tech coach. Short version of the story is technology is my day gig. It's also my hobby. So daytime, I design and build software applications. And it's my focus on all these application things. But I love this whole world of technology. I love the possibilities of it. And because of that, I have immersed myself in it, and my friends, family, neighbors, coworkers all come to me when they have a question, when they need a suggestion, when they need help solving a problem. And over time, they've recommended me out to their friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers, which made it very clear to me that not everybody has somebody to talk to. So, hello, that's why we're here. So we are here every week, every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also reach me here at yourtechcoach.com. So if you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have a topic you want me to cover, feel free to go ahead and reach out, because it's all about making technology work for people. Because believe it or not, it can, and that's what it should be. Alrighty, back to our topic. Okay, so now that we've kind of given you a little taste of everything, let's go ahead and dive in, right? Like I said, you can use Lottie without having to be in Canva, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show how you can use them together. Just give me a second here, and let me back this up. For logic's sake, maybe what we'll do is switch here a little bit and go to... No, I think we better not. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking out loud here, which is always interesting. Log into account. I guess I could do this. Okay, this will work. So I have a Lottie files for a different account, and that's what I'm fumbling about. It's like, do I do it from the other account, or do I do it from the Tech Coach account? We'll do it from the other account, because I think that will be smoother. So log into that. Oops. Earthman, stop doing that. Thank you. I know. I'm so mean. It's not going to work. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can make it work. Sorry, can't do my password on the screen. That's never a good idea. All right. I guess we're gonna go back to the original plan. Yes, we are. Okay. Let me switch my Canva login back to... Let's find out together, shall we? Alright, so here we are in Canva. Now, you can start off from scratch with nothing. You can start off with something that you already have. So let's just, for fun, let's do an Instagram post. How about that? Let's do Instagram. Let's see. Do a post. What should we do our post about? Oh, let's just grab something here. Okay, here. Let's say you're launching your website. Okay, so you're going to do a little post on Instagram about that, right? Here we go. Right, and so now we'll do this. So you can, just to be clear, this works with the free or the paid accounts in Canva. You can do this from your mobile device, from the web browser, which is how we're doing it, or from the Canva web app, desktop app. So lots of options, nothing to worry about there. So let's say, all right, we'll just go in here and we'll just do a little bit of change here, just to make it our own. So here, I'm going to do that, and let's see, should we do a different picture real quick, maybe? We'll leave this. So let's say that this is our website. We changed all this stuff to be what we want it to be. Sorry, it's a map. That one, and that one, and let's just say we wanted to make that font different. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we've made this our own in our own little way. But now we're like, it needs a little something. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down here to apps, which is down here on the side. And then you're going to come up here and you're going to search for Lottie files, which is going to come up pretty quickly. Okay, and it's this little green here, which is just like the website that we saw, right? This is their logo. We're good to go there. There we go. Now I've lost my window. Because evidently I just lost everything. Okay. Do this again. I don't know how I lost all that, but you know what? It happens. That's why it probably good I didn't make too many other changes to it. That, and we're going to change the color again. Okay? Here we go. We've got our jazzy little website. Well, we wanted a little something else. So we come down here to apps, and we do Lottie files again. Process out. Okay. So it's going to give you a little blurb, just like everything else does inside of Canva. You can kind of flip through here and get a feel for things. Gives you some information about the permissions and all that, and then you can say open. This takes a second. And they give you more information about the permissions if you want. Let that go away. And they just give you a few suggestions here of the featured things that have been used. So you can, start to play around with it. You can, so for all of these, right, they're coming in their default color palette. If you wanted to change it to something else, you can do that. You see all these things now are showing up in the color palette you selected. So you can right away get a feel for what it is and how it's going to work. You can create your own palettes if you want. You can customize these palettes. Each palette can have up to 5 different colors in it. What else do I need to tell you? That's pretty much that. So yeah, you can just keep playing around until you're like, okay, yeah, no, I like that combination, or these are what I want. You can look at this by featured, by popular, or by recent, and what that's referring to is based on the activity over on Lottie. Then you can also come up here and you can search. So again, let's search for happy. Okay, and here it's giving us some options. We can keep going and look at different things, and we're like, maybe I don't like the blue, maybe I'm going to go back to this. Right, so you can get all these, and you can just keep flipping through. You can get more specific here, right? So if we say happy dog, we'll get different results than we got just from happy. And look, here's our little Fergie again. And again, want to use him, we can change the colors and all that kind of good stuff. We've got other happy ones, so we'll look at that one. Okay, now we also have workspaces, so when you connect your Lottie account, which I do recommend setting up your free Lottie account before you start using things here, but you don't have to. You can start here and create your account if you want. But all that workspaces, back there, hopefully I don't lose anything. So this is what your workspace looks like inside of Lottie. So you can save things, you can have different projects going at once. So when they say workspace, this is what they're talking about. So anything that you've already got inside of your Lottie world, you can go ahead and bring right in. And then import is a different way to bring your files in, so you can access all of your projects and all that kind of stuff. So you've got your workspaces and you've got your import. Okay, so this is the connection. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect. Okay, do that. No, my password doesn't show. Okay, no, it looks like it disconnected. So yeah, so it did. It saw that I already had it open, and so that's the benefit of having your Lottie account already created and already being logged in, because it saw that it was already logged in. I had it open, and so it just connected and said, okay, you're good. If you didn't have that, it would walk you through the process, so you don't have to worry about that. Alrighty. So here we go. We can do SVG to Lottie. We got a lot of options. We're going to just start. We're going to keep it real basic. I am more than happy to get into a much deeper dive on Lottie if you like. You can let me know in the comments. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is. Now we're in Canva, right? And we've got all these options here. So let's go ahead and let's search again for happy dog. We want to add a happy little dog to our Instagram post. And I really like this one. So we're going to hit this one. Now again, you can see it here. You can decide whether or not you want it to loop or you want it to go once. For this kind of thing, I would probably do the looping. You've got your palettes, right? And you can change it if you want. Let's see. Do I like this one better? That one? I like that one. You see how it changed like the whole... It does change the whole look and feel thing. We'll leave that right now. really coming through for you. You can also create a new palette. You know, if you wanted to build out your own, you can do that, and do this. Like I said, you can do 5 different colors on here. Okay. But the point is just that you can go ahead and apply on this palette. Oh, okay, that's what was going wrong. Okay, well, once you've got it the way that you want it, then you're just going to say add to design, give it a second, and it's going to show up over here. And again, don't worry about this little number here. I apologize. I just forgot to turn off my my plugins. Right, and now we've got our happy little thing, and we could put that right here. We could, you know, put it there. Actually, I kind of like it there. But you see how that gives this whole thing a different feel, right? It pops it all out. And actually, let's try to add this one, right? And so now you've got it in both places, and you're good to go. But let's say that you wanted a little bit more. You wanted a little bit more of a pop on it. So let's see. How about we do? What about? Just some sparkles. Okay, there we go. Ooh, okay, so let's go a couple of pages here just to see. And understand that this combination, this integration rather, with Canva just started, and I have been hearing and reading that Lottie Files is working very closely with Canva, and we're going to get even more out of things. So here, how about this? We'll grab this one. And I'm happy with those colors, but let's, just for giggles, let's see if we can get different ones on here. That is changing. Right, there's purple and blue. Let's do purple and blue. Okay, got the speed on this one. Maybe for this one, I don't want it to loop. Maybe I just want it to happen once, and then we're going to do add. Again, it takes a second or two for it to come down, because it's transferring the files from Lottie into Canva. So just give it a second, and yeah, it's been downloaded. And by the way, these get added to your library, so you've got that as a bonus too. And then let's see, I don't want to replace it. I'm using the arrow keys because that way it won't replace it. I want to maybe put that up around that star. I've created a new animated combination by layering these together. And then when you're ready to use it, you can come over here and do the share, and you can do the download. It's going to recommend MP4 because it's a video, which makes sense. And then you can download it and use it wherever you want. However, let's say that you like this, but maybe, you know, you wanted to, maybe you're going to be able to see the flip on that one. Maybe we can flip. Let's bring one more thing. I'm just going to take it as is, although I would probably change these colors. Second. There we go. It tells us that it's been added to our library. So here, I can go super big with this, and you see how it stays nice and smooth. And I can go really small with this, right? So if I wanted to bring this down here, now this is a lot. You wouldn't do all this at once, so I just wanted to show you what's possible. You've got this here, but let's say that you really wanted it here, but you wanted it the other direction. So you can come up here and you can flip it. Right, so you still got all the controls that you're used to having inside of Canva, even though that, you know, this is something different, right? And if you wanted it to be, you know, on top of or underneath something or partially underneath something, you've got all those controls. So you have a lot that you can work with here. Let's see, is there anything else? Whole library. Lottie is constantly getting new content. Either they're creating it, or all the artists that use that tool to share their content, share their animations. But there's constantly new stuff coming. And you can bring this in and you can use it wherever you can use an animation. animation inside of Canva, and then you can export it and go ahead and pop that file in wherever you want. So you've got the best of both worlds. You've got the animations from Lottie, and then you've got all the other stuff that you can do in Canva, and you can bring those together and create exactly what you want, customize the way you want, and combined the way you want. And these things then get added into your Canva library so that, like, let's say you wanted to use that corgi again. The next time you went to do it, you could just grab it from your library because you wouldn't have to go and change the stuff again, or download the stuff again. So very flexible, very fun, lots to do. And again, remember, they are lightweight, so these are not going to create these gigantic files that are going to be too heavy for you to use. It's going to be fine. You can go ahead into the description. All the links are there, free. You can try all of this. You can use all of this for free. Do go read the terms and conditions, as always. You know, we want to be informed about what you're doing, but you can use all of this stuff on the free level and not have a problem. There's no limits, Lottie, on how many you can use a month or at a time or anything like that. It's whatever you need. They say go right ahead and do, which is a lovely thing. The other thing is, if you do want something special, maybe we should look at that real quick. There are paid versions of stuff, so you can go ahead and do that as well. If you really get into this, there's like so much more you can do. Here. Alright, so let's go back just for a second. Just want to make it a little clearer, like the free and the paid. So let's say, let's look for a so let's say that you needed somebody riding a bike. Most of these are, oh, here. Okay, so we're looking at, you can filter it. So we're looking at all, you can just look at the free ones, but they do have premium ones too. So if you're okay paying for something because you want a little something extra in it, you want extra detail, that type of thing, these ones are premium. So you can come in here and you can pay for it. There's a whole subscription thing that you can do. But again, so you do have these different options available to you. And so if you hit something that, you know, you're trying to get it and you see this, that's what it means. It means that it is not a free one. And then you need to decide whether or not you want to go ahead and do free or paid, but you do have that option. You also can reach out to the animators on here if you want something more customized. So that is another option for you. And like I said, there is ways that you can take a free one, you can adjust it, you can edit it, like I showed you how to do just with the color palettes, but you can do so much more. So if you're interested in this, I am totally happy to do a whole another video just on using the Lottie tools and how to make those kinds of edits. So go ahead and let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. I'm totally happy to put that into the schedule coming up. But even if you don't, I did want to keep this fairly simple because I just wanted to show you that you literally can go, just like in Canva today, you can go and search the elements and find things. You can do that with the Lottie files inside of Canva as well, with the benefit of then being able to adjust that color palette to get it dialed in exactly the way that you need it, so that it's going to look exactly the way you want it to look inside of whatever it is that you're creating. You can carry your branding across, or if you're looking for a certain, you know, color message that you're trying to get across there, you have all those options. All right, so that's my bonus for you, is if you do want the extras, let me know. I'm happy to go ahead and do a whole other video just on that kind of stuff. Talked about, you know, you can create your own files inside of there, you can customize the files in there, or you can hire somebody to do it for you, and then those are yours that you can use inside of that particular world and bring them into Canva and then use them there. So lots of flexibility, but also can be very simple and easy to use. It all depends on what your needs are and how deep you want to go into this world. All right, everybody, I hope you're having a great week. I hope your year is off to a good start, and we will talk again soon. Thanks so much.